Brian, welcome to the show, man. How is it going? So you're in New Orleans, right?
Correct.
Crazy. So we're recording this in the beginning of February here. Just had the Super Bowl. Don't tell me about it. I can't stay up late these days, so I only watched the first half. That journey so far in thoracic, and we're talking, I mean, you've been, what, 20, 30 years of experience already, right?
Yeah, I've been in practice for coming up on 22 years. When you
Wow.
add my training in, yeah, it's been 30 years.
Wow. Well, congratulations on that. What has your journey been like so far in medicine?
It's yeah, it's been for the most part great. I feel fortunate. I had impeccable training at the University of Pittsburgh. I feel a deep level of indebtedness to the University of Pittsburgh for my medical education. I got my educational foundation at Morehouse College, and I am equally indebted to Morehouse for the confidence that they instilled in me, and I carried that with me to the University of Pittsburgh. I have been around long enough to kind of see the transformation of medicine. I think it's certainly been corporatized, and it's certainly kind of forced physicians to become better stewards when it comes to the financial aspect of medicine. On the one hand, but on the other hand, I think it's kind of taken out some of the fun and some of the more congenial and humanistic reasons why many of us chose to go into medicine. I didn't go into medicine to kind of worry about the bottom line. I went into medicine because I wanted to provide someone with tangible improvement, and so kind of balancing those two has been a challenge, and quite frankly, the increased corporatization, if you will, of medicine kind of leaves a lot of us bewildered on a
Hmm.
daily basis. Many of my classmates at Pitt, for example, and this was back in the early 90s, um, at the end of your matriculation, you have what we call an exit interview with the financial aid office. Some of my classmates walked out in tears.
Mm.
Many of them were thinking out loud, how am I going to be able to have a family, afford a house, when I have been at an institution where the tuition alone was $39,000 and some change. And again, that
Hmm.
was in the early 90s. I graduated in 1996. So some of our classmates went into the military, and the military paid for their medical education. But on match day, when you find out where you're going to go for residency training, they had a lot of long faces because they were going to be told, in some cases, what specialty they were going to go into. If the military did not have a need for plastic surgeons, you wanted to become a plastic surgeon, well, you were out of luck. You had to go ahead, spend your time in the military, and then later apply for plastics residency. So in residency training, you're not making a tremendous amount of money. I think when I started out, we were making, I don't know, maybe $34,000 a year, and this was before these idiotic residency work hours, this 80-hour work week nonsense. So, we were working 100 to 110 hours a week, making 30 something thousand dollars a year.
Wow.
So, and what if you have a family during that time frame? So it creates a lot of financial stress and strain.
Hmm.
So, there's the deferred compensation aspect. Yeah, we have the high earning potential, but it's delayed by several years, and in many cases, some cases, a decade. I
Hmm.
looked at many of my non-medical friends, went into law, business, etc., and they were living the life of Raleigh. And many of them were making six figures, maybe after getting an MBA or spending 3 years in law school.
Hmm.
So, as physicians in general, surgeons in particular, yeah, you have a high earning potential, but it is delayed. There's a significant amount of delayed gratification. You have to crawl before you walk. Some things are unavoidable. You just focus on your training. You know, obviously you have to take care of your finances, but first and foremost, focus on your training, get impeccable training. That way, when you do finish, you will be highly sought after, and you will kind of hopefully have your pick of jobs, and you can kind of, to a certain extent, kind of demand a certain level of compensation. I would also tell any graduating resident, don't save money. Seek the counsel of an attorney when being presented with a contract. And if at all feasible, consider some type of contractual bonus that one could maybe put away to help purchase a home, or put away into a 529 account, etc.
Yeah. It's especially with the corporatization too. I mean, just think of the attorneys that are on the other side of that contract, and if you went at it trying to save and not pay somebody, it's almost like a losing battle before you get started, Brian. So that's great advice. I love that.
So obviously, I guess put away and like forget about. So the 401ks, the what is it? The I keep always mix them up, 457s or whatever. But put the money away into that, and obviously the 529s for the kids, and insurance policies that provide you with a cash value over time, which allows you to basically lend money to yourself rather than going to a bank for cash.
Yeah, that permanent life insurance is a great way, and there are even ways that you can do the accelerated mortgage payment stuff too, so to eliminate the debt, the difference between the way not only the interest that you're paying on that permanent life insurance is paying yourself, that dividend is paying you, so it's not even the rate that you're seeing because the interest is actually going to you, and then it's compounded differently. So there's compounded and then there's simple, right? And the two ways of that interest, you can actually leverage one to pay other things off faster.
Do you invest in like office buildings or some new structures being built? For example, here, the Four Seasons Hotel, it was built a few years back, and they were seeking folks to invest in it and purchase units, and they're having trouble with occupancy. So that would have, was billed as, hey, look, this is only going to appreciate, and they are still having trouble with occupancy for that structure. Not only the residential side, but even having folks coming in and just using the hotel part of it. So where do you start?
Great question. Finding something that does intrigue you, get you a little bit excited, I think that's a great place to start. And if it's somewhere where you've got, or somebody that's doing it and doing it with results, given proven results, that's going to expedite your learning process as well too. So again, just like everything else, surrounding yourself with the right people. It's got to be something that does excite you a little bit. It can't be like, pulling your fingernail off. You think about, doing real estate or something. If you find that one path, storage, syndications, multifamilies, hotels, land, like there's so many of these different things, but find that one little thing that does kind of like, wait, what is that? And I want to figure out a little bit about this. The Section 8 thing is very interesting. I've got a little bit of experience in the Section 8. Even though it is federal money, it is dispersed to the local municipalities to kind of take that on. And it once it comes, it's good. But there's still that startup kind of piece where you're leaning on a smaller municipality to kind of get it. And that's where the rough piece, because they could be broken, but the money could be there. If the system's broken, then the money doesn't get dispersed. That's a whole nother show, man, because I think that there's so much more to offer the tenants in those scenarios as opposed to just free money. How can we help them and lift them, help them grow, as opposed to just giving them free money all the time? But as a landlord, that gets difficult too, because then it's a other side of the table.